one game that still haven't completed yet, but I think I will. I think I will complete this game.
You think
this will be your first one?
Yeah,
first one ever.
First ever game completed.
This is a milestone, guys. So yeah, I've been playing Sifu. So I feel like we mentioned this game when it was was it on like the PlayStation?
It was on
there was a
something,
direct that
yeah,
had it.
It was a direct, yeah.
I think it was the episode where Addison wasn't with us,
Oh.
and there was a PlayStation
mentioned
and a direct. So we kind of filled the void of Addison not being there, which we're very sad about, with the PlayStation discussion.
That's
Do
right.
you mean the least listened to episode?
We don't talk about that.
I do.
Yeah, so you probably like kind of from that direct seen that it's a kind of very like martial arts heavy focus kind of game. It's essentially like a modern beat 'em up game.
That's the bit that puts me off.
I wouldn't let it.
Okay.
It's not beat 'em up in the kind of crappy 2D way like Streets of Rage or anything like that. Because
Or
that
Scott
usually
Pilgrim.
puts the Scott Pilgrim. Yeah, I haven't gone back to that since I reviewed on
Is
episode
that on
1.
Switch yet?
I think so.
No one's played it
I've
with him
heard.
though. That's why.
I need friends. It's developed by Sloclap, and they did a game called Absolver, which I played a little bit of.
Adson's is even slower than
I was
mine.
thinking about it, and then you just didn't. I was like, I'm not going to bother there. Yeah.
Fun editing that one.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Why is this audio starting halfway through the episode? Yeah, so
probably
developed
best.
by Sloclap, and I played a bit of Absolver. I don't know if you guys did. Addison's still. Here we go.
No, I
I
didn't.
didn't hear that.
No, I never got around to it. I think it was on Game Pass at one point, and then when I went to go check it out, they'd taken it off. Annoyingly.
When I went to look at
Comments
it,
anymore.
I was like, I can't play this now.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
no.
alright. Like it had a weird kind of like online multiplayer part to it, which I just didn't really get on with. And I remember the combat was great, which obviously it seems to be their kind of strong suit. But it was the whole online thing, and I could never work out where the fuck I had to go in that game. Whereas Sifu is like much more of a kind of linear kind of like single player game.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially the kind of inspiration for it is like Jackie Chan kung fu films.
not Jackie Chan Adventures, though. That's sick.
Well, you do have some magical talismans in this.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, so
So if it is.
do you guys ever collect those like I don't know if we
I
talked about
swear
this
we've
before.
talked about this before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when it was like
Yeah.
the little comics which had the talismans.
I
We
wish
should
I'd
definitely
one
mention
issue.
this.
Yeah. I was like, this sounds familiar.
Such a
So yeah, essentially like the kind of setup to the game is it's a kind of classic like revenge tale where the game kind of opens with like an assault on a kind of martial arts dojo, and you kind of play as one of the attackers, and
That's
essentially
interesting.
yeah, it's a really
Sorry.
cool way to like
Yeah.
open a game, really dark as well. And you're kind of like massacring all the students, and then you kind of meet the Sifu, who's essentially like the master, and you kind of fight him and end up killing him. And then this is witnessed by his kid, who then is like the main protagonist.
damn.
So
Sounds like
Sifu
Batman.
is a title, not a name.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It
So
becomes
yeah,
seafood.
the seafood.
Yeah.
And essentially, yeah, the plot is that a few years pass and your character kind of trains up, and when they reach the age of 20, they kind of go on this like revenge mission.
Okay.
It's when I remember watching a couple of reviews for this and hearing that it only has like 5 levels, and
Oh, right.
initially I was like, oh, that sounds fucking well short. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
He's like, I can finally finish a game. Yes.
Yeah, I can do this. I can do it. I thought like, I'll have this game done in like a few hours, and literally today I was playing it just before the podcast, just to kind of like get in tune with it, and I've only just I only just got past the 3rd level, and
Wow.
now stuck
How
on
long-
level 4.
How long have you been playing it? Sorry.
Probably about 2 weeks or so, like on and off.
Okay.
Yeah. And
the reason is really shit or it's really hard.
It's a combination of both. No, the game is a difficult game, and that's kind of been mentioned quite a few times. Like it's weird with that because obviously, like, you know, you have the Souls games and stuff which are known for the difficulty as well, and that can be a real turn off for people. And
or turn on. Yeah.
Or turn on.
Adson's aroused by it. We know he is.
Strap me in.
My table just lifted up.
Yeah, like I'll be interested to hear what Elden Ring's like, because I've tried the Souls games and the difficulty has definitely put me off, but somehow with this game it's really hooked me. And I think the reason for that is the combat is so fucking good. It's like
it's very incredible. Fluid.
I've heard it's got some similarities to Sekiro combat.
Oh, okay.
I think I heard that from Mark from watching a video. So
yeah, I say it looks.
I don't know how accurate that is.
In terms of the parrying and everything, it looks kind of similar to Sekiro.
Okay, yeah. There is you can parry and you can kind of combine that with like different moves and stuff. It's just like the combat animations, like you said, Matt, they're so fluid, and they really, I don't know, they feel so genuine. Like I'm not a martial artist. The closest thing I did a bit of karate once, and that was it. As in, you did like fucking Thai boxing or something at one point, didn't you?
I did a couple of weeks of it. And then
so you'll know what I'm talking about.
When you said Addison there, I thought you'd like karate chopped him at uni or something.
He did.
We can cut this.
Christ. But you can just tell that it's just fucking so authentic, and like the way it goes, it's like the controls are they start off quite basic. You have like a light attack, a heavy attack, you do finishers, and so it starts off like, oh, okay, this is quite simple. But then, you know, you kind of gain skills as you go through. But it's just the way everything flows in with each other. It just feels amazing. Like the only other game that I think compares to it for me is the most recent God of War, because I love the combat in that game because it felt so
interesting.
That's some high praise, damn.
Yeah, because it felt so impactful and like visceral, and it's the same with this. It's so fucking good. Like it's one of those games when if you kind of watch someone play, you're like, yeah, that looks pretty good. But once you're playing it, and you know, it's amazing what control of my vibration can do to immerse you in these kind of things.
Especially when you put it somewhere special.
Oh, that's why it turns Addison on.
But yeah, I think just that is the best part of this game, is they've fucking nailed the combat. It's like, I can't give it enough praise. It's just so good. Like every time I play it, I'm like, I can't believe how good this combat is.
What are you playing over?
Sorry, go.
Sorry.
What console are you playing this on? Are you playing it on PC?
I'm playing it on PC, but I believe it's on PS5, and I think it's on PS4.
Because the haptic feedback sounds like something would be perfect for PS5.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had a PS5 to play this, because I think it would be so, like, again, feel amazing. It feels good. You know, I'm just playing it on like an Xbox Series controller, and that feels good enough.
You can buy a PS5 controller and use it on the PC, right?
Yeah, but that's more money to spend, Matt.
But you want to buy a PS5 to know.
That's worth it. What were you going to ask, Matt? You say something?
Yeah, you sent me a clip earlier of like you playing it, and it did look like a lot of fun. It looked like really fluid, and the music was like fucking insane. Should I play it?
Yeah, you might as well. Yeah, so this clip essentially is I was just like, you know, just playing the game, and I just captured this part without realising my mic was on. So you hear like a genuine reaction from me. Oh my god! Oh, sick!
Fucking sick!
Why does that sounds like a Hadouken beat.
Yeah, it does actually. Yeah. So that kind of like leads me into the next part, is that the game pays so much. a lot of homage to different, martial art kind of centric films. That must be an homage to John Wick because it's.
It looks very John Wicky, yeah, Wiki.
Yeah, John Wicky.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the level's called the club. And yeah, it's essentially like
could be very John Wooey, to be fair. Or
John
Wooey, yeah.
What's John say?
Because there's a lot of. I think he does a lot of like that sort of thing.
Oh, does he? Right. Okay. Yeah. There's for PC, someone's made a mod like a John Wick skin. I really want to fucking get it just to play that level because
how does the aging mechanic work?
Yeah, so essentially, like I said, you start the game when you're 20 years old, and every time someone kills you, you age 1 year. But then those years can stack. So if you keep getting killed, they will stack by a year each time. But there are like stronger opponents who you can defeat, and it will take down the year by one.
Okay.
Just like real life.
Just like, yeah, defeat a strong opponent and you get younger.
I'm 84 years old.
Yeah. But it's kind of cool how it works into the mechanics as well, because the older you get, your attacks get more powerful, but your life gets shorter. Like your health bar gets shorter.
Okay.
And there will be certain skills that you can learn when you're younger or when you're older. And the kind of idea being like you're too old to learn the skill now, or you're too young, you're not wise enough to understand that skill is the kind of like the thing behind it.
That's pretty cool. It's like a balancing act, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Does it kind of affect the way you play in that sense then, or?
Kind of, yeah. Like, I will tend to one of the skills you come up against these like little shrines throughout levels where you can kind of claim some skills, and one of them is like because you can do takedowns in the game, and when you do a takedown, you recover some of your health back.
Okay.
And when there's like a age limit of 40, I think, on this perk where if you acquire it, you get more health on your takedowns.
Okay.
So I tend to like get all the younger ones first because I know I can get the later ones later on.
Yeah.
I had some mad marks.
Soundbite.
Get all the. I wouldn't have noticed until I saw Matt and Mark simultaneously.
I think I totally missed what happened.
Don't worry.
Listen to the end.
You're too innocent.
It'll be there.
But yeah, you have a max age of 75, so that's kind of where you like actually die, and it's this magical talisman thing, which kind of keeps bringing you back.
Cool. Just like Jackie Chan.
Like Jackie Chan.
Not at all.
But one cool thing, it's a very kind of like roguelike game because you do a lot of replayability, and when you complete a level, you can go back to that level at the younger stage that you completed it at, in an attempt to complete it at a younger age, so then that you can kind of carry on through, because your age will obviously run through the 5 levels.
That's pretty cool.
But there's a bit of kind of risk and reward to that because you can, you earn like skills, but you have to unlock them like 5 times to unlock them permanently.
Okay.
So if you go back to a level, you will lose some of those skills, but you can then gain the XP to permanently unlock them. So it's a bit of a balancing act with that. It's just it's a fucking great game. Like,
sounds
I've never been a fan
sounds
of roguelikes, but this one I I think I'd give it a go. I don't know if I'd.
Is it really a roguelike or is it a roguelike?
Kind of.
Roguelike. Yeah.
I never know the fucking difference, to be honest. I just go for roguelite and hope that I'm right. Because I'm not really into those either. I tried like Hades. I've tried.
Hades was okay.
Yeah, it was fun. And it's just that repetitiveness that always turns me off.
Yeah, it's the starting from 1 every single time that always kind of annoys me.
Yeah, and I will say, like with this game, I've had a few of those moments where I'm a bit like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to like do that part again, or but this game, I think, does a really good balancing. I keep talking about balancing. Balances it really well because as you play levels, you can unlock keys that will kind of unlock doors and kind of create a shortcut in the level.
Okay, that's cool.
So, which makes it a lot more easier and less tedious, I guess. So I think the way this game kind of balances it just works really well.
It's very balanced.
It's very balanced. This is a balanced game.
Do you think you're going to finish it?
I think I will.
He's not going to.
It was weird. Like, I hadn't played it for a couple of days, but like I said just before this, I was like, I should probably play it again just to go and refresh my memory, and ended up getting even further. And I was like, oh my god, I'm so close now. And it's amazing how, like, when you first start playing it, you're like, I'm never going to be able to like complete this game because it's so hard. But you do, with practice, you do just get better, and it kind of feels. Yeah, and you kind of feel like
Dark Souls.
Is that very Dark Souls? Yeah.
This is going to be Addison like the next week or so. Got to keep getting better.
Gotta grind.
Yeah, it kind of like playing this kind of makes me because I've like played this now. I'm like, maybe I'll give Elden Ring a go. Maybe if I can get through this, maybe I can do it with a fucking Souls game.
So one to do it.
I'll wait for Addison's review on that, and
enjoy that next time on the Tepid Take.
Tune in next time.
This is probably the first time we know what we're going to talk about in 2 weeks.
Can we have like a sample of like?
Yeah, Addison, can you say what you're going to say next time?
Play some rock music. Anyway, yeah, it's a good game. I hope it's going to be a contender for Game of the Year, but I imagine Elden Ring's probably going to fucking win it, judging by reviews.
Jesus, yeah.
Pokemon.
10 out of 10's fucking everywhere.
Fuck off.